Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Logan Paul's podcast reached its 200th episode yesterday, and everyone was expecting a huge guest star to come on the show. I know people would have loved for the guest star to be KSI, but Logan had already said that it's not possible because he's literally on another continent. But he had James Charles on, which, considering everything that has gone down lately with Shane, Jeffrey, James, and Tati, I think having James Charles on is even a bigger deal than KSI, but that might just be my opinion. So I thought I'd make a video on it with some of the highlights of what they talked about. I love the Impaulsive podcast and I highly recommend you guys watch or listen to the entire episode, so I'll link it down below for you guys if you're interested. Alright, so let's get into it. Apparently, James just got a house, and surprisingly, this is his first house. Maybe he was waiting to pay for it in cash or something, but it's crazy to me that he waited so long considering how successful he's been for the past 3 to 4 years on the internet. Oh, and get this, Variety.com says he bought the house for $7 million, which is absolutely insane. I think I need a minute to take that in. The house is brand spanking new and James is the first to live in it, so there's not too much information on it on the internet, but it is 10,000 square feet, has 3 floors of living space, 6 bedrooms, a pool house, a negative edge swimming pool with inset spa, and a half-court sports court with a basketball hoop. Love that for him. Oh, and now he's neighbors with Logan. James says that he's really smart with money in the sense that he doesn't have fancy cars, he doesn't like to blow money on drugs and partying, and I respect that so much. Like, James is a really smart kid and he wouldn't be able to be as successful as he is if it weren't for his brains. Mike asks James about how he tries to stay out of the inevitable drama that always exists for some random reason in the beauty industry. James says that he would certainly pick fights with people when he just started off, mostly out of jealousy really, but as he's gotten older and especially over the past 2 years, he's been trying to avoid it at all costs, which, as we all know, it hasn't been too effective.
A lot of the drama that I have been involved with has been other people either dragging me in or like just a stupid scandal that happened from online.
Guys, I literally feel so bad for this poor kid. Oh my god, it breaks my heart that he's been actively trying to stay out of scandals, and what happened last year happened to him. Logan then calls James out for having called him an imbecile before. If you guys don't remember, Grayson Dolan Snapchatted this sometime last year. It's a picture of literal wildfire smoke, and Grayson said, "I never see these types of clouds here." Logan replies saying, "That's because it's a fucking wildfire, G." James Charles comes to Grayson's rescue for whatever reason, saying, "Shut up, you imbecile." It's just funny because Logan clearly remembered that he got called an imbecile, but neither of them actually remembered why.
Why did I call you?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. What was that related to?
I don't even know.
I don't remember.
Which honestly probably says something about the idea of drama in general.
They also talk about the lighthearted banter they had back in May when Logan posted a photo on Instagram with James's billboard photoshopped out. And James tweeted in response saying, "I don't think so, this means war." Logan replied saying, "I fixed it," and he put a James Charles instant influencer sticker back on the picture. James clarifies that he was of course only joking and it didn't actually matter to him. He doesn't see anyone as competition really because he believes that everyone can be unique and add something to the table in their own way, and I agree with that so much. And the only competition he ever sees is himself. Mike asks him about the video of someone that people think is him giving head to another guy on a Ferris wheel at Coachella last year. James clarifies that that was indeed not him. He said he did have quite a scandal at Coachella last year, but it was not the Ferris wheel one.
Like I said, wish it was. Wasn't.
Guys, I don't know why I love the energy between James and Logan so much. Like, it's just good vibes, and here's my favorite part of it all.
Like, we all want to be on that Ferris wheel.
Sure. We can go on together next Coachella.
That sounds like a scandal that's just gonna start right fucking now.
My girlfriend's gonna watch you some beats.
That's fine.
Moving on, James talks about how he came out to his parents, which he actually didn't even have to because his dad literally walked in on him masturbating while watching gay porn. I'm literally cringing so hard.
I got caught, like doing the business.
Jerking off?
Yeah.
To
Gay porn.
But what's even funnier is the fact that his dad didn't even see the screen then. He asked to see his search history the next day and he hadn't cleared it. Oh my god, kill me. But he says that thankfully his parents were really accepting of it and no one ever really gave him a hard time growing up because of his sexuality. Mike asks about James's opinion on cancel culture, and then Logan and James have a hilarious argument about who's gotten canceled more in the past.
I think I got you beat on scale. Bigger.
I would disagree 1,000,000%.
I'd have to agree with Logan on that one. His whole filming a dead body thing was bad. James says it's ridiculous how people expect others to be this holy saint who know absolutely everything and are perfect in every way because everybody makes mistakes. James says that of course when someone in the public eye inevitably makes a mistake, they should be called out for it, but they also deserve to be educated on the topic prior to being canceled by the internet. Because again, nobody's perfect. People want an apology, but an apology never seems to be good enough, so the only way to go about getting cancelled is to show that you're growing and making positive changes in your life gradually. But he's also a firm believer in only apologizing when it's warranted. He's been cancelled for so many dumb things in the past that he'll never apologize for because he doesn't want to just apologize for the sake of apologizing and shutting people up, you know? This kid is actually so smart. I would love for him to start a podcast. He also finally talks about the Tati situation. He says he made a video completely clearing his name of the accusations made against him last year, but no one believed him up until now when Tati made her apology video to him and exposing Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. It's also nice that Logan was one of the very few people last year who would actually defend James Charles, along with, I believe, PewDiePie?
The kid's 19, bro. What? He has no idea who he is, bro. I can't imagine having that type of money, power, and pull at 19 years old. Who he is now is not going to be the same kid he is in a year, and especially because of this controversy, bro. This is going to shape him and mold him in such a better, positive version of himself.
Logan asks who James's favorite collab was, and much to many people's dismay, James actually said Kim Kardashian. He says she's very humble, professional, and an all-around nice person, and honestly, I believe it. I think Kim has grown and changed so much, really especially after becoming a mother. I think she's now using her fame for good, and I love the direction that she's taking her career. Mike replies saying,
Super charitable too. She was taking people's Bitcoin donations, saying giving twice the amount back.
And if you guys didn't get that, a bunch of the biggest Twitter accounts, including Kanye West, Obama, Elon Musk, and Apple, got hacked yesterday. They were asking people to send money or Bitcoin in order to get double the amount back. Whoever would fall for this? I'm so confused. Out of nowhere, Mike asks if James would ever make an OnlyFans account. James replies saying that he wants to make one so badly. I mean, he does already post pics all over Twitter. And guess what? OnlyFans actually sent James an email with a very lucrative offer for him to join, and he was actually contemplating doing it, but he eventually decided against it because he thought that it might not be the best decision for his brand, considering, his younger audience.
Oh, I wish I could do it because it'd be such a nice check too.
And here's some more tea. Mike asks if he got the offer from OnlyFans before or after Tiana Moja joined, and James just replies saying,
oh, I don't follow her.
Is there a reason?
Don't need to get into it.
Then James goes into a story of how a couple of nights ago he was hooking up with a hot guy from TikTok but wouldn't reveal who he is, and he found out that he has an OnlyFans right after. So I need you guys to do some detective work over here and figure out what hot TikTok star has an OnlyFans, because I don't know any TikTok stars aside from Addison Rae and Charli D'Amelio. Logan asks James if he's looking for love. James says yes. Logan then asks about his love life. James says shit. Same. James's problem is that he's mostly into bi guys, and a lot of straight guys tend to message him and are into the idea of being with him, but it can never turn into anything real because they're just not comfortable enough with themselves to be in a relationship with a guy. This used to bother him a lot in the past, but he now either doesn't engage with these kinds of people, or he just goes into it with complete knowledge that it probably will never turn into anything and it's just a hookup. But now he's also past the stage in his life where he wants to hook up. He wants a partner to do stuff with and travel with, and why can I relate to this guy so much? Then there's also the struggle that he's more into masculine guys, but the majority of the people in the gay community are also into masculine guys, which makes it more difficult to find someone because, you know, supply and demand. And yeah, they spend the rest of the podcast talking about random stuff, really. Apparently his favorite show is The Amazing Race, and he actually once even talked to one of the producers about going on one season with his assistant, but they weren't interested in having contestants that have an employer-employee relationship. Surprisingly, Logan and Jake had also previously auditioned to be on The Amazing Race. Like, what? How did I not know this? And also, why was I never into The Amazing Race? Like, I guess it's just not as hyped here in Canada, but I don't know. But that was it for today's video, you guys. I miss doing these kind of like summary type videos. So let me know if you guys want to see more of these. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in watching more. And yeah, bye.